to Bizchicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hey everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is it. This is a place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything you need to take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday, and so the digital diva is in the house. She's ready. She's got some great information for us all about social media and digital marketing. So sit back, relax. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on the replay. And let's go. Take it away, TJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of Marketing Talk. We talk about marketing trends, marketing strategy, current information. We look at old things that maybe we need to change. We need to pivot, all of those good things. So this week, so the topic we're going to talk about here is, I call this Just Be Yourself, and it's about authenticity, because everybody hears that word about be yourself, just be yourself, be authentic. But how do you do that? And people aren't doing it because they're either afraid of it, or they think it means sharing every part of your life, or we say a lot of things in marketing. Be yourself. Just, don't try to be anybody else. So I was reading this article somewhere. I'm everywhere. LinkedIn, a whole bunch of things. And let me just read this little part, because Jessica and I worked on this. So I gave this to Jessica and said, well, what do you think? Tell me, what do you think? So this was part of it's with LinkedIn. This was part of a LinkedIn article. And they said the secret to a powerful personal brand, authenticity, but 99% of people fail to do it well. There's too much focus on 1, trying to reinvent the wheel, 2, being someone you're not, 3, following someone else's success model. And I went like, that's a good point there. I mean, because people say, because of AI, and, we've talked about AI and all the things that are coming. And I said it's going to be like air and electricity and this and that. And we're getting closer to that. So because of AI, people think that, okay, I'm not going to be able to be seen. AI is going to take, AI is going to take my job. AI is going to take this away. AI is going to stop me. When we've talked about, I say AI is going to free you up for so much more. But here's the key: as a business and a brand online, especially online, social media and everything breaking through. We talk about eyeballs. Last week we talked about culture and being seen, and the things that everything you need to do is that it's harder to be seen. The discoverability, visibility part is hard, because AI is everywhere. Everybody can use AI. Everybody uses it to make content. Not good content, but they make content. So that kind of, if you think about, I don't know why I want to say lagoon. And how they have everybody has their little boats and yachts and stuff. It's nice when it's 1 or 2, but here comes everybody into the lagoon. And it's like, well, every boat it's like, I think this is Hong Kong. I'm not sure, because these things, when they come to my mind, I bring them up. So I know it's like in Hong Kong, some of the movies that I remember, that they had the little boats. They have a name for them, and they're all close together like this, and they're all in the, I want to say lagoon. I don't know what it is, because I don't know all the sea terms, but all the boats are in together like that. And I'm like, well, how do you? They're so close that you can walk across the water on the boat. That's how close it is. And I believe it's some movie I saw, and it was Hong Kong, and all the little boats was like that. And it might have been one of Bruce Lee movies, or something. It might have been something like that. But that's what I'm thinking about. That now that everybody makes content, it's kind of like all the boats are close together. It's not like before, when it was, somebody came to the beach and said, oh, look at that beautiful yacht. Now it's like Look at all, it's so many boats together that nobody stands out. That's really what I'm trying to say. Nobody stands
Nobody
out.
stands out.
So that's where we are with content now. AI makes it to nobody stands out. And the content that most people are making is lazy. We talked about that because they use AI. Not saying not to use AI. I'm saying it is a refinement tool. It is not make me a blog post. Oh, that's good. I mean, it's pretty bland and average, but I'm gonna post it up and then I'm gonna clog up everything as far as being searchable on Google or find it on Instagram or wherever it is, and the content is just there. Whereas we are talking about building a brand of standing out and being authentic because AI can't duplicate you in that way. You can set up an agent, you can set up a gym, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. Claude had something. Co-work or Claude has
Co-work.
Something. Yeah.
Claude has co-work. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can set all these things up to mimic your voice, but it's really not you. You're telling it. See, we're the driver. The human is the driver. We're giving it the input. We're telling it what to do. So you can set it up to, make me make a Instagram post and the topic is blah 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 and it spits it out whatever way you want it and it sounds like you. So we're not talking about the bland. You've refined your voice on AI, whatever tool you use. You've refined your voice and you can go in and just say, give me something for the day or the week or the month. However you want to do it. But that part isn't the authentic part. Okay.
If I may, the thought comes to me, you should have had your voice way before now, right? Your voice should have been.
Yeah, it's not too late though. But it's
no,
not
it
too
is.
late.
It is not too late. But your voice, the voice that you feed into the AI, should already be known.
It should be tuned to you. When you think about a piano, it's tuned. You have to tune it, or it's out of tune, and the song sound crazy. The music sounds off. Right?
Because there's other people. Okay, so you've been writing blog posts. Hopefully blog posts. You've been doing podcasts or whatever, and they all have your distinct voice. And AI is supposed to just amplify your distinct voice.
It's supposed to make the road to making content easier. And we talked about also what people, I remember somebody came into the show and was like, oh, it takes them the week to do a piece of content. I was like, no, we don't have that kind of time anymore. You got to figure out the structure, the system. Mm-hmm. And AI does that to where it gets your voice by taking input from you. And if you don't have a blog, there's other ways. I'm glad Fran mentioned podcasts. You can make one podcast today, and you can use that to train your voice. It doesn't have, and the key to this is, and I read this great article today. I got to go back, and this guy Matt Schumer, I think his name is. We're going to talk about this, but he made this post on X, which I don't go to X. I just saw from somewhere else that he put it on X, and he was talking about how AI the AI of today is not the AI tool, and I'm specifically saying ChatGPT, but it is AI. It is not the tool from November 2022.
No.
That was the point. One of the points he was making, and I was like, yes. And I've been saying that also. The AI learns, it gets better, it evolves. It's the $6 million man or the $6 billion man, if they call it today, 60 billion, whatever the number is. Stronger, faster, better. I always remember that from
that show. Yes,
he was better. He was the astronaut who got in the accident. We can rebuild, Steve. We can rebuild you. I remember that.
Right.
So that kind of thing where it's stronger, faster, better, that's AI. It is not it is not the tool from 2022. And he brought this up because he wrote this article because he said he came into so many people, and in his his family, like his parents are older or whatever, no one understood AI, and he's in tech somehow. I forgot what his background, and we'll talk about this. But he was saying that he wanted to write something to where his parents and friends could understand AI. Not how to use it, but understand it.
What it does.
What it does. And he said one of the points in his very long, very great article, I gotta go back and read it. He was saying that most people have tried AI, say November 20 or say 2023 when it first came out, and it didn't do things right. It hallucinated. It got the map, whatever the things was. And he was saying that AI doesn't exist anymore because it's gotten better. And who made it better? This is the greatest point ever. He said AI made itself better.
Right? It grew up.
AI makes itself better. It's the Borg, people. The Borg. That's all I can tell you. So he was bringing up these points about using AI today, and also he made another point about you can't use the free version. People think they're going to use the free version, and that's why they're dissatisfied or disappointed with the results. He said because the free that you have to have the paid one because it's so much better. Like 10 times better, whatever number. And people can argue with me on this. I'm like, okay, if you don't, it's $20 a month, people,
or $8 a month.
You gotta, don't have a Starbucks one. You know how to do this thing. But see, that's another part of it is there's an attitude adjustment of it's not a tool that I need. So they
don't. In the whole free thing. The things that we want of value that bring value are not free.
Right. Right. And you have to pay. And there's an argument about they'll never pay for ChatGPT, and you pay for chat. I was like, heck yeah, you better not never pry that thing out of my hands. I'm always going to get that $20 on. Hey.
Okay, so that whole thing where you're working on something, you have 2 more answers. I'm like, how do you do
I don't
that?
even I've been paying it for it so long. I don't even remember that part where it limits you. It still limits you?
It still limits you because we were teaching a class the other day, and somebody said, well, I only got 2 more answers left. I'm like, oh, you need to get up off that free plan.
Listen, the free is for tasting.
Yes.
What do we talk about? The grocery store, the chicken sausage. There's a lady or a man with the chicken.
Try this.
Chicken. You came in for milk. The lady with the chicken free, and you taste it, and you go, "Oh, that chicken sausage is pretty good," because otherwise you wouldn't get chicken sausage.
No, and then you go buy it.
Yes, see, that's it. You taste the chicken sausage at the front door, or whatever the cheese or whatever the free sample is. There's lots of different things. I just use chicken sausage because I'm not going to the store for chicken sausage. Okay, I'm not going there for that. But they give it to you for free. It tastes good. You like it. I think my family might like this. Let me go get some chicken sausage. And you go and buy it. That's what the free version of everything that you use online. The free version of everything.
And then what happens is, what I'm seeing is, as you're using the free version and you're getting into whatever project that you're working on, and you keep hitting this speed bump of, you need to wait till 2:00 in the morning. You need to wait till
you're limited
2 in the afternoon. I need to wait. Pretty soon you're like, you know what? Just pay the $20 because I can't get my project finished.
They could charge $100. It could be the what is the pro one that's $200. They could just start out with that, but they don't, because that's not going to get the levels of and it's a business, people. They have to make a profit. So we say all that because he's saying that in the article, he said, listen, you get a better, faster, stronger tool that's going to help you do the thing that you want to do better, faster, stronger. Because it's not the AI from 2022 or 2023. It has evolved.
And
That's why I always tell people, I'm like, you see somebody selling prompts. You don't need that. Just say,
no,
explain blah, blah, blah. Tell me about blah, blah, blah. Tell me what this is.
you do not have to buy a prompt ever again.
No.
What I've learned is that you can ask ChatGPT to write me a prompt that will do X, Y, and Z, and it will write the prompt.
And you don't even have to say, write me a prompt. People go, well, what do I do? Talk. And the greatest example of this is if you watch any of Gary V videos when he talks about using ChatGPT, he just pulls his phone out and says, hey Chatty, blah blah blah. He just says whatever it is. He doesn't say it, make me a it's not computer language anymore. It was never that. Even when we first got it, it was never programming language. It's natural language.
It was, and some people do not know how to say, create me a flower with red, green, and blue petals, whatever. If you, it helps. It will help you help it.
Yeah, you just say, I want an image of flowers. And here's the greatest thing: if you can find the picture online, all I gotta do is drop that in and say duplicate this. Or there's many ways to say it. There's no one way.
Yeah, because it will do what you need it to do.
And why I bring that up is because I'm like, humans make things, the simplest thing, difficult. They could say, put your hand on the doorknob and turn it. Well, why? Which way did I turn it? Well, up, down, left, right. No, you naturally know what to do, but we complicate it. And so it is a tool of, what do I do with it? Anything you want.
And you can ask it, well, what can I use you for? It will tell you.
You can put in, I have a problem doing blah blah blah, or I want to do that and I don't know how. It will tell you all of the info. It's like the wonderful world of encyclopedias.
It's all
when I was a kid, that was the best gift I ever. The encyclopedia, everything was in there until they, that current edition, and they came up with a new one and they updated. It is the evolving encyclopedia. It's just there, standing there, waiting for you to pick up a book and say, what is a zebra? What is it's there. But
so if anybody has seen Ready Player One,
which I gotta see, I keep forgetting to watch. I gotta see it.
So there's one scene in that movie where the people who are on this quest, they go to this kind of like library.
Mm-hmm.
We need the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they stand there and the thing zips and goes back and forth and brings them back whatever they're asking for. Mm-hmm. They just stand right there and it goes and gets everything.
It's going back to the library, the knowledge, the storehouse, the whatever that stores the information.
Yep.
That's what it's doing. It's just, you're giving it a query. This is computer language. You're giving it a query. You're asking it for something. It goes and gets and puts it back and gives it to you in the format or the package that you want, that you asked for. That's all it's doing. It's fetch. Dog fetches bone. Dog fetches ball. Brings ball back to owner. Brings bone back to owner.
It is very... it's hard to imagine that was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
3 to 4 years ago when it first came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I remember they tried to put it back in the bottle.
Oh yeah, remember that? We're gonna write a letter talking about stop, and I laughed.
Stop? What do you mean stop?
I was like, stop? What?
It is no stopping.
How do you stop an? Do you stop an avalanche? Avalanche? How do you stop an avalanche? You don't. You find a place to get out of the way, or you dug, or you whatever it is that you do to survive. That's what it is. And I read this article. He had some other things in it, but I have to finish going back to it. But I was like, it's because the AI of when we first became aware of ChatGPT as a tool to, oh, it does this and that. It's not the same tool anymore. So people aren't using it because they're still stuck on, and this is because of the news and journalists and articles, that it doesn't work. People are still reciting articles from 2023 when I did this with AI and it's not good. It's not, and we're like, that's not the same. It's not
Mm-mm.
the same model. You're looking at a 2023 car. No, it's not 2023. It's 2026. It's whatever. And the thing that surprised me, but it didn't really surprise me because he was saying that it teaches itself. It makes itself better. And I always go
Right.
$6 million man. So, but to talk about all of that is because, and getting back to this authenticity section where it says 99 people fail to do it well because they're trying to be someone they're not, following someone else's success model. I see this successful celebrity, or I see this person doing it, so I'm gonna do it that way, instead of using the tool that you have in front of you and you say, hey, I like this. Can you help me model it, but with my voice and have it be me? Sure. Now we're talking about business and making content, making it easily. Get back to what Fran said. You do a podcast, you can do a blog post, you can write a simple Instagram post. Whatever it is, just do a couple things. Maybe 5 posts or whatever the amount, because you're going to feed that into AI and it's going to get you a voice. And that's how you get the authenticity part of it, and you're doing it well. See,
Yep.
that's the key. You want to do it well, it has to know your voice and you have to tell it your voice. And I'm not saying that you got to put personal stuff in there. It's not that
No.
AI anymore.
So we do a training, and it's free, on how to set up your AI to train it to your voice.
Yes.
You know, when you said that, it reminded me of Train Your Dragon.
Yes, how to train your dragon.
You just didn't jump on and start riding. That dragon had to get to know you. And so you have to let AI get to know you. And so you have some things. You have a bio, you have a resume. There are things that you have.
There is something that you have. You have a brochure, you have a written brochure, you have if you're real estate, you have a website already. You have things that are content about you. And then if it's not in your voice, you can write or say. And that's where's my phone at? I always have my phone. But you talking, you can use your phone. Well, what do I write? I'm not a great writer. Again, here comes Gary Vaynerchuk to the rescue. He has, how many best-selling books does he have on the New York? Like maybe 8. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but he got them.
More than 5. He does not write a single book. And you say, how can that be? Because he is a speaker. He talks everywhere. He talks on a podcast. He goes to an event and get this big speaker fee, and he talks for an hour, and he has people recording him. He has a writer that takes all of his content, every single piece of video, audio content, analyzes it. They probably use AI now. I would too.
Yep.
And he has Gary Vee's voice. And he knows how to write.
And so AI can be your ghostwriter too.
Yes, ghostwriter. That's what I'm saying. He has a ghostwriter. It's still his book because the ghostwriter didn't come up with the idea. They collaborated.
Right, because it's still his content.
Yes. And he's shown the process of him talking to he's like, I got nothing to hide. He writes, the writer writes the books and the blogs, every written piece of content, like a long link from LinkedIn to articles for his blog to his books. This person, or a team, probably more than one now, because it makes sense, that writes his books and they sound like him, and it's his content because they're trained. It's trained. See, that's another part of it. It's trained on his content. They're not making up stuff. He's not fooling anybody. He's not getting one over on you.
Because it's his voice.
It's his
because
words. He said them.
He's the one that put it out.
His mind to his voice.
Yes.
He's speaking somewhere. It gets recorded. The recording goes to the writer who knows how to structure a book or structure an article or write the way and have the past participle. All of those grammar rules this person knows. Okay.
And see, that's the other thing. You don't have to know what was the
grammar,
past
participle, all those things that we had to learn in English. I was like,
oh my gosh. And there's some basic English that we had to learn, but not the dangling participle
and all. Okay, if that's your bag, that's your bag. And I'm not knocking that if you're a grammar teacher or grammar is your thing, have at it. But there are some people who aren't great at that and don't want to. So here it is again. AI is taking the unnecessary things out of our mind. I don't have to worry about spelling and grammar. I don't have to remember this. You had to memorize a multiplication table. They don't make kids do that anymore.
They were fighting. Kids should not have calculators in class. I guess not. Watch.
Hey, Dr. Todd, you said good morning.
Hey, doctor. Yes, we're not there anymore.
See, here's the thing. There's unnecessary information on our age. Yes, it's in there because it was ingrained. Today, you don't have to know all of that stuff because the AI is so good to where it is. Now, I'm not saying it's 100%. It's 99.19, whatever the number is, correct, because it has taught itself. It learns from its mistakes. That's what programming does. And it says, oh, that's a mistake. Then it puts that in there.
And it learns because some human pointed out the mistake.
Yes. And then it was somehow told. There's different ways of putting it in there. They learn from the mistake and they get better, faster, stronger. $6 million man. Okay.
I love it. I remember. And one thing about the $6 million man, it was still him. It was still him.
He had a bind eye, a his legs, he could run.
But it was still his brain. It was still him. It was still him.
And then we had the bionic woman, was his girlfriend, and something happened to her, and So what I'm saying is that part of it where they build the better, faster, stronger, we're there. So he was trying to dispel the myth of it not being AI not being a great tool because these people had used it when it first came out and found it lacking. Yes, it was lacking, but now we're 3 years, 4 years ahead. It is not lacking because it has improved, better, faster, stronger. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we got that. All right. So getting back to this, the authenticity part of just be yourself. We always say just be yourself, and people have difficulty with that. That's why the article said it was like 99% can't do it well because they're overthinking it. They're trying to copy someone else or be someone else or mimic someone else because they feel like, okay, I can't be me. And I'm like, just be yourself. And people say, well, if you're making content, just come be yourself. Just be yourself. And you can take that and have it create content easily to where you don't have to go, well, I have a podcast, so let me get the transcript and let me sit down and figure out where to cut. And no, AI does all that because you want to be yourself and say your ideas and give out how you feel about things and all of that. But the tool is there to take it and package it into something presentable online. Okay, so that part you don't have to worry about, but people are worrying about it. And I'm like, no, why? And I say all of that because authenticity isn't the goal. Recognition is the goal. See?
Yeah.
Authentic is like, oh, you got to be authentic. You got to be real. That's not the goal. It's not the goal. We want the recognition because of the thing I said earlier about all of the boats are in the harbor now, and you can't pick out the pretty boat or the this or that, or because they're all together. And it looks like a junkyard, and you're just like, well, I don't want to look at any of that. Nothing stand out is what I mean. Nothing standing out. But when you're authentic and you figure out how to use the AI tool correctly to make content easily, better, faster, stronger, easily, because again, another thing is this content is on a wheel, especially on Instagram. It's just turning. And if you don't get that 1 second view of that's interesting, it's gone. And
Right.
this is one of the things about Threads. I saw another conversation on Threads, and I was like, I agree with that. It's like you see something on Threads, and if you don't save it or like it right away,
You will not.
the feed refreshes, and it was like, oh, I can't remember what that was. So anytime I see something, I'm like, I might even want to save. I save it because Threads is not going to show it to me again, and I have to hunt and peck it down. I'm like, I don't got time for that.
And that's the thing with a lot of things.
Yes.
In general, stuff keeps moving, and it's like, oh, that was old.
The information
that information is gone.
Yeah, information super highway, dude. We're like, oh, the internet information super, but it's really fast now.
And literally the car is zip, and you like, remember that car? What car?
Because here comes another one. Here comes another one. Here comes another one. So all of that on our end as you know, business owners, content creators, is like, how do we deal with that? When you're authentic and you want recognition, and you get the recognition because of the content, you're sticky in people's minds. You're sticking.
Yeah, that's good.
You're sticking. That's why I have people that I list like off my tongue because I'm already stuck to them. I don't need to see. I haven't seen Gary's stuff in a while, but I know if I go to YouTube, it's going to pop up. Or if I go to Instagram, if I don't see it, I know how. Oh, I search for Gary. Boop, there he pops up. So sticky.
And
so that's sticky. Another worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's sticky because you've been watching or seeing something. It'll come across your feed.
Connected with me.
It comes across your feed. Oh, Gary V has a da-da-da. There's a this.
Right. But see, here's the thing. You see people and you know, you might see their post or whatever, but if there's no kind of interaction with it, you're not ever going to see them again.
Right.
See, that's another part of how, especially Instagram, how it works. They show you, and a lot of the social media is like that, not just Instagram. I'm just using it as an example. But if you see something and you don't interact with it at all, Instagram goes, hey, oh, she didn't like that.
I don't like that. And so
never see it again.
So if you interacted with it, like TJ's, I've been checking out your Substack. I was like, oh, this.
Oh yeah, good. I've been. See, now here's the deal with the Substack. I've been like, okay, I need to sit down and write a post and this. And I was like, oh, it slipped away from me. But I can do a note real quick. And a note, see? I can pick up my phone and do a note real quick and put it down and go, I'll do the post. I always say I'm going to do a full post. But in the meantime, let me do these little notes. And they've been, you know, sticky.
Right. And those are the little thoughts that come to mind.
Yes, in the moment.
And then you don't have to have the whole full blah, blah, blah.
See, I'm not worried about, well, I got to have the whole thing. I got to make a picture and I got to do this and that. Now, if you don't know what the notes are, Substack notes is the feed part where, like Fran said, you do a quick thought. It's just like a throwaway. Like, and it's not like a story where it expires. It's just an area where you just have a thought and you just put it out. It's not a full-blown post. It doesn't go out to your subscribers like when you write a post in Substack, it goes out as an email. It's just another place where you put thoughts in. And then they also have the chat where the person who owns a Substack can set up a chat, and then there's another chat where you're actually talking to each other. But the notes is like a sticky note, like a 3M, like the 3M Post-it note.
Yeah, it's like just something that you posted on the bulletin board. Anybody who wanted to see it can see it, and And I was like, oh, these are good. And then people can restack them or share them.
Yes.
And it's like, oh,
And also,
you're visible. I was like,
yes.
oh, I don't have to, I
See,
didn't
you're
have to
getting in
leave where
front.
I was. It
You're
came.
getting in front of people on Substack because that's a note. It's not a full blown, well, I got to sit down and make this long article and make sense and this and that. I just had a quick thought, boop, because I want to have a touch point. Because then when I do an article, I can take that article and it'll take a little line from it, and you can put that in a note. And when it goes in the Substack note, it links to the article.
Correct.
See?
And
So,
what I like about the Substack is it's not so much stuff. I did not have to go into Facebook to create that little post. I didn't
right.
have to go into Instagram and go through the weeds to get there. Substack is
Right.
just like post.
Right.
And it's very it's not cluttery over there. And I was like, oh, this is and I got your notification. I see that it pops up like a notification on my phone. TJ had a message or said something, and I can just click on it and it opens up.
And it's not a full. Now I need to do the full blown article, but I don't have the pressure of, well, I need to do an article and I need to sit down or I need to go with Jessica and we need to da 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 da. Sometimes it's just I just want to throw a little something up and leave.
Right, and you don't have the pressure of, okay, on Sunday I need to sit down and plan what I'm going to put out for the week. You got a thought, just type the thought and go with it. I was like, oh, this is nice. And they go live now. I was like, oh, so and so is going live on a Substack. I'm like, okay, well.
And see, I like that when I go to Substack that I get to see that feed.
Yes.
Okay. And then it has a for you and a following. So if I want to see the people I'm following, if I want to see their notes, I could do that. But there's a for it. So that's what I'm saying. The sneaky part about Substack is that it is what I thought fan base was going to be. Remember fan base? Because it was supposed to be Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn,
they are still trying.
YouTube.
Substack is doing it.
Substack is it.
Substack is it. I know what dude was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying I understood that was the allure for me was, oh, it's gonna be all in them one, and it's gonna be this thing that, and you get there, and I'm like, well, it's not the kind of content I want to consume. Whereas Substack is like everybody, there's a whole bunch of people getting on all the time. And there's the notes feed, which I would consider as like the main feed for Instagram. When you go on Instagram, what do you see? That's what you see. So the notes is that, and it can be text, it can be video links, it can be video, it can be pictures, photos, it can be links to articles, it could be whatever you want to put in there.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be tied to I have to create the post to make a newsletter to go out in the email and send a notice to email for my email readers to get it, because I can do that later when I'm ready. So, and I got that idea because somebody I follow on Substack was saying about, again, standing out on Substack because there's so many people coming in writing stuff. Here's this boat situation. I said, in the lagoon, everybody's crowded together. Who, how do you see? And he said notes. I think it was the author. He said notes. He said Substack notes. Because for some reason they're pushing the notes. And I was like, I'm going to think about that later. But in the meantime, here's a note. Here's a note. And I think about it whenever I got a second. I'm like, okay, here's a note. And I just put it down and go, okay, I'm going to do an article, and when I do it, it's gonna be there. But in the meantime, let me sprinkle these little appetizer things through here. And because I've done it on Threads, but I'm like, I'm not getting the breakthrough that I want on Threads. Not to say that Threads is not good, it's just that for some reason the Substack notes come through better.
They do.
And here's another thing about the note. If I want to, I think I've done it. I can post it to Instagram as a story.
You can post it to all. It has you. It'll tell
to
you
share.
to share. And they said, "Do you want to make this a post?" And
Right,
however
right.
you. I was
And I've
like,
done it a couple times. So here it is. We're testing out ways of content building authenticity, because authenticity isn't goal. Recognition is the goal, because we want visibility, because we want people to see our brand. But there's all these tools to where people are making content. Again, people are using AI to make content, but it's not good stuff. It's just bland. Like Fran said, create me a blog, write me a blog post, and it writes a blog post, but it's very blah. It's very basic. There's no hot sauce on it.
Wait, they didn't put no salt, no pepper.
There's no seasoning on that chicken.
None. It's just like, ooh, what is
so
this?
It's boiled chicken
with nothing.
And somebody said, "Here, you hungry? Eat this boiled chicken." Whoa. No, I want Popeye's chicken.
Give me something with some flavor.
I want something chicken with some flavor. So that's where,
Dr. Tachi said dry boiled chicken.
How many times I've seen people just boil chicken, or that chicken in a can. Chicken comes in a can. Did you know a whole chicken will come in a can?
No.
Yeah. You can get whole chicken in a can.
Okay. No.
I don't know. I think I got lost. So, because Instagram has all the people doing the food, and then TikTok has the people. I'm like, are they like trolling? Are they like, for attention? But they do the weirdest stuff, and we're like, nobody's gonna eat that. But they do it for attention. So boiled chicken for dog. Yes, pets. If you have a pet, our cat loves when I make chicken, and it has to be just chicken with no seasoning, because she's a cat, so she can't have Popeyes popping out of.
Dr. Tachi said a whole chicken in a can is laziness at its best. Yeah,
they can. You would they can everything. Everything goes in a can. Now, do you want it? No, I don't want it, because I can buy a chicken and put it in my air fryer, and it's done. Very flavorful and very quick. So I don't know. You can put it in the oven.
Chicken in a can, people. We can do better.
Why buy the canned chicken when you can just?
You can get the little one in the bag. You can go to the grocery store
and get the ones in the bag. You can get the ones in the bag. But what I'm saying is, if the whole chicken is on sale, get a whole chicken. For some reason, a whole chicken scares people.
In a can, it would. Dr. Tachi says, yes, a few years ago on Mediascope, she talked about burgers in a can.
I think I remember that.
And the burger had a bun on it.
It's because people are afraid of a whole chicken or ground beef. You know how easy it is to make a burger with ground beef? It is so easy, people. You don't even have to do egg and bread, and that's meatloaf.
It is not going to be a burger in a can. Come on. You open the can.
When you go to a restaurant, they're not, it's salt and pepper, people. And they grill it and they butter, maybe a little, but it comes out to be the best burger. There's not all that. So I don't understand why people overcomplicate. I do understand overcomplicating things.
I think they wanted something to do. Dr. Tachi says hamburger should be the first thing you learned as an American child.
You would be shocked at the people that don't know how to make a hamburger. And they're afraid of the chickens. A whole chicken. Ooh, what do I do with that? Clean it, season it, dry it, season it, oil it, butter it, olive oil, whatever. Stuff some rosemary in there and throw it in the oven.
I can see some of the people coming up now, because all they had is wings and a strip.
They don't even know what a whole chicken looks like. Because people buy the parts, and the parts cost more. But if you get that whole chicken, man. And look, you got on the chickens.
These are the same people.
Now you starting some stuff, Dr. Tachi. We gonna go down. We'll go down a whole rabbit hole with that. I'm not touching that. I've seen so many discussions online about that, and what we talking about? Yeah, some pros. People are pro this and con that, and you don't wash your chicken. Oh, why would you want? I can't get into that, but yes, these are the same people that don't wash their chicken. Listen, they're afraid of whole. Whenever I like people afraid of a whole chicken, it's just a chicken. You just roast it or
okay.
air fry. If you got an air fryer, duh, it goes in there, people. Real quick, everything can go in there. One pot meal goes in there. Okay, but let's get off of the chicken. I don't even know how we got in the chicken. Oh, the chicken in the can.
Yeah, in a can.
Because they're afraid of the whole chicken. But getting back to this, because and let me look at my notes because excuse me, because we were talking about the hold on, the authenticity isn't a goal. Recognition is because you want to be recognized, because you want to build a brand, because you want to stand out, you want people to be sticky, you want people to follow you because they want to consume your content. And it's not about, well, okay, how do I stand out? All of these things that people worry about, which is like the part that I told you, the LinkedIn part was like standing out. How do I do that? And then you don't even do anything because of all of the roadblocks you're putting up of nobody's gonna see my content, nobody's following, nobody's doing this, nobody's doing that. You don't know until you keep going because you want the recognition, and you do that by building up the content. And I gotta make a lot of content. I don't have time for that. AI is there. If you set it up right, and I say ChatGPT, you could use any tool you want. They have a gym, they have an agent, they have a co-work, they have a something where you set it up. This is my brand voice. This is how I talk. Or take my content and give me my brand voice. And when I want to make an Instagram post, use it and make it sound like me. Test it out. And then if it doesn't sound like you, say, hey, that doesn't sound like me. Can you do better? I always tell I always tell Jessica, you can do better than that. I don't even say, can you? Because I know she can. I said, you can do better. And it does better.
And you're going to need to do this often, every few weeks, or 3-4 weeks, or maybe every quarter or something. You need to go back.
And why? But why? Because the AI is different.
The AI is different. And because you may have changed. You know what I mean? There are certain phrases I do not use, and I had to go back and tell Charles, that is not a word I
don't talk like that anymore. Here's my updated, here's my last spoken whatever thing. This is how I sound now. Adjust my brand voice. Okay.
Right. We have so much. We don't have to wait. We don't have to.
And it doesn't take time. This doesn't take a whole day. Because we were, Fran and I was talking one time backstage about the ChatGPT browser Atlas, and then we were talking about the agent part of it. How she did a post for LinkedIn and then had it posted for her on LinkedIn without leaving. It did all of the steps.
Yep.
Talk about wow. Like it made the post, you had a discussion about it, and you said, now post it for me on LinkedIn. Sure. And it connected to her LinkedIn and posted it.
Mm-hmm.
I need an image. Okay, make the image. All of that is in the agentic part of AI.
Yes.
The agent part where it does, the assistant part where it does all the things. It's Rosie now from
the Jetsons.
It's Rosie now. It wasn't Rosie before.
She's making dinner and
push some buttons and there's the dinner. Rosie.
Man, we are living in the Jetson age.
And guess what? It's going to get better. There's going to be more things. Now, on the other side of this, in the article I was talking about with, I think his name was Matt Schumer. I got to go back and look. He was saying about, there's a part about the job, fear and losing your job. And he's like, I'm here to tell you yes. Because it does anything that's by rote or by that doesn't need creativity. the AI is going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to prepare now. He said, what you do is you prepare now.
You better
learn it.
Learn how to be creative with it.
Learn it. Oh, and here's another thing. I think, yes, I saw this morning, Gary Vee was on CBS Mornings, and he was talking to Nate, one of the anchors, and they were talking about this, and Gary brought up the tractor. He said when the farming and they got the tractor that got rid of jobs, he said the electricity thing, that when electricity came out, people demonized it and this and that and everything. And now it's not, and I've said it before, you don't think about electricity. You just want the thing illuminated that you want. You don't, oh, well, you know what? The electricity is coming from this and that and that. You just pay, I just paid the bill. You don't think about it.
That's the same way with the internet. We
yes,
just
you don't
expect
think about
it to be on. We do not.
When it's not on, you are mad. Where's the internet? What is the internet is down? What was that? We had a few last month or something, and we had an outage and all the websites, and it was I think it was Amazon Web Services was down or something. Yeah. People are like, "Where's the internet?
What is happening?"
What?
Because we expect it to be on always
on. So we're going to be like that, and we're not going to think about it. So all of these things come together. It's because, and that's what I was saying about it. People think the be yourself authenticity is about, okay, well, I got to overshare. No, it's just your voice, knowing your voice to where every time you make content, you're recognizable.
Yep.
Okay. You're recognizable. You're going to put that content out everywhere. It's going to be good content now. That's the other thing. I just told you tell your AI, hey, you can do better.
And you can tell the pieces of people who are not using their voice because it sounds like the boiled chicken.
It has, yes, boiled the chicken in a can. They have an opening line. And what is that? There's some things that when I see it, I'm like, you guys is straight copy and paste. That's okay. That's good. But see, there
are telltale phrases and words that you can tell. I'm like,
and the layouts of it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That right there is not how I talk. I need you to change that.
And I'm not even talking about what AI, because we train our AI, so we don't even get that. I'm talking about the people that just come in and just use it and just post whatever it gives you, and it's basic, bland, blah blah blah, boiled chicken in a can. And I don't want to consume that. And then they wonder why. Well, how come nobody is liking, commenting, responding, sharing? Because that's not likable content. That's not shareable content. That's not something I want to have a conversation about because you gave me boiled chicken in a can.
Now, you're not saying that your chicken need to be Michelin star, but at least it need to be Popeyes.
Yeah, it needs to be Popeyes, but if you can get Michelin star chicken, do it. Do it. Do it. There's a reason people go to La Bernardine and all these other places in New York and Paris and this and that. Mm-hmm. It's because those are Michelin star. Those have a reputation. They have, they have recognition. They have name recognition. Why though? Because they serve good food. It's good. It's delicious. It is consistent.
Dr. Tachi said, all it takes is a little seasoning, folks.
Don't be afraid of the seasoning. Why are you afraid of the seasoning? Stop giving me boiled chicken in a can because you're afraid of a fresh chicken. Martha Stewart will tell you what to do with a chicken. She'll tell you, wash it, dry it out, put it in the fridge. It's got to dry, and then you season and you stick it in the oven. Real simple. There's nothing to where you got to go, I don't have time, or I'm afraid to touch the chicken. Whatever the reasons. We're not doing that anymore. Look,
AI will teach you how to cook a chicken.
Yes, go to AI. What do I got? I'm afraid of cooking a whole fresh chicken. What do? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it in and see what it tells me. Mm-hmm. I just want to see what the answer is. Like, I'm afraid of buying a whole chicken because I don't know what to do with it. Can you help me? I want to see what answer it gives me.
It's
'Cause I
very
like the
interesting because one of the things I learned, my mom taught me how to cut up a chicken into pieces.
Yes.
We had to learn how to take a whole chicken and get all, was it 13 pieces from a whole
Yes.
chicken?
Yes. And see, modern, well, not modern, but supermarket, they do that now, whereas people just gravitate toward the cut up chicken, and it costs more because they had to cut it for you. But if, like Fran said, if you get the whole chicken and know how to cut it, you saving money. So,
And that money you saved, you can upgrade your AI.
yeah, pay the pro, pay pro. I'm looking at Claude. People are starting to talk about Claude a lot now, and I'm like, well, let me take a look over there because
The
it's
Claude co-work.
the co-work, because I think you have to go to the pro version or the max or whatever they're.
Yeah, the co-work, I'm not sure. My daughter uses co-work,
Mm-hmm.
and ChatGPT has its version of co-work as well, but you got to know how to.
Right, you have to know, yes. But there's a lot of talk about Claude now and the co-work. I just wanted to see for myself, but I'm pretty happy with Jessica. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
We're telling you, use a tool that works for you, but
Yes,
try the tools. Try them
use the
all.
tool. And that article we're going to talk about later, I'm just going to read through it, but I was just so glad that he said the things that he said. That the standout part with me was that, and I mean, I already knew this, but he was saying that people were putting AI down today and denigrating and saying it doesn't work for them. And he says, you tried it in 2023, but that's not the same AI because it's gotten better, faster, stronger. It's better now. It's learning, it's teaching itself. And that's why we've gotten the vibe coding, the people that write apps and stuff, and it's because it's learned.
Look, if you don't do anything else, vibe coding, oh my gosh, TJ, for those of us who build websites and apps and stuff for people, I'm like,
yep. It's that, and a part of that is, that's why I'm saying that there's so much more to come. Like there's things we can't even think about now that are coming, but you got to get used to it now. You can't look back and say, well, when I used it 3 years ago, it was horrible and it gave me the wrong answer and the math was wrong or the this was wrong or the that was wrong, but that was then. So it's the 2026 model.
In a recent summit that I was in, Myron Golden says, we're not coming back for you. We can't come back.
That's just how it's going to be.
To get you. Come on.
You know, that's when they switched from they went to automobile to horse and buggy. What happened? They're like, we're not going back to the horse and buggy unless it's for Central Park.
Yeah.
I don't know, or the they do the racing steeplechase racing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I haven't seen horse and buggy. But it was real popular a while back.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't even know if the Amish are still on the horse.
Yes, the Amish. Yes, that's how, because they don't use modern conveniences. They use the Amish people, the racing. And
quiet as it's kept, the horse was a modern convenience too.
The horse was the horse was the AI, because you needed one for the farm, or well, a mule. You needed for the farm, or you needed a horse and the stagecoach to get the mail, or you get the things from one place to another in the town, the merchant to sell his salt and stuff, and it was horse.
Right. And riding. They were bringing water up from the creek and pulling it up and bringing it up
on the prairie. And then
we
had to have a set of ox. You had a pair of oxen or whatever. You had to have
that's a tractor.
It had to do some things. So
absolutely, you can't walk everywhere. So horses extended what the human body was able to do. By the way, happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the horse.
Yes, thank you for reminding. Yes, the fire horse. The fire horse. Yeah.
You notice ain't nobody walking too much. Like, okay, what would happen if we never adopted the car, we'd be having people, well, maybe we wouldn't have so many people because we wouldn't be getting around too much.
Right. But see, that's the good thing, that it's not like the letter where they were trying to stop AI. That doesn't work. You couldn't stop the horse, you couldn't stop the trains, you couldn't stop the automobile. And now we got self-driving cars and whatever's next. You can't stop it because of the fear. That's where it comes from, the fear of it. There was the fear of the automobile, the fear of the train. Actually, people were afraid to ride the trains when they first came to transporting people on the trains. They were afraid to ride it.
We will be like the venerable monks walking from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. Not happening. Not I, said the cat.
But see, they were walking because it's like, well, why didn't they ride in a car? Why would they? That defeats the purpose of what they're doing. So the car, yes, modern conveniences are available, but they were like, well, how do we get the most attention or the most visibility? Let's walk. It is very cold when they were walking. Very, very cold. And they did it. So sometimes you're doing things, you're going back and saying, well, why don't they just take the train to DC? Why don't they fly? We forgot about planes. Hey,
look,
there you go.
And see, the Wright brothers, they moved with the times. They were a wagon company, if I'm a bicycle or wagon company. Bicycle company. And they were like, hold on, I wonder if we can do something with this. And they pivoted from the bicycle.
And you have to have the visionary. Like Steve Jobs was a visionary. Not saying he was a great person. I'm saying he was a visionary as in technology. So we always need the people that are visionaries, because they need to move us from the bicycle to the plane. Steve Jobs moved us from whatever we were using to what we have now. So there's always going to be the visionaries, the AI moving us from here to there, and we got to roll with the times. Yes, people will be afraid. People were afraid when they, Wright brothers was like, well, we're not making bicycles anymore. We're going to what?
What do you mean fly?
We're not going to do horse and buggy anymore. Ford said we're making the cars. What? A lot of fear. So that's where we are. So but the thing we need to realize is the authenticity of it is not the goal. We want to be recognizable. Being recognizable means making more content, but in our voice, it sounds like us, because we want to stand out. We want the sticky. We want people to get sticky and say, hey, I haven't seen so-and-so in a while. Let me go see what they're up to, because the algorithm isn't showing it to me because I haven't interacted with it for a while. But that person is still going strong. That person is still making content. That person is still writing books, podcasts, audio things, Substack notes, whatever. And see, here's another thing that Gary always says in all his speeches is like, well, people go, well, I can't make content like you, all of that content. And he's like, you don't have to. Just make the content, but make it you. Be yourself. And it's really easy. So don't overcomplicate it. AI is here to make it easy for us. And it's going to get even easier.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what else is coming.
It's amazing. We're just making us dumber. We don't have to think. Not so.
You're thinking. You're just not the like I said, you don't have to learn the multiplication tables.
But you still need to think.
Yes, you just think about, well, I need to do blah, blah, blah.
I know I had to improve my communication skills. I was like, oh, snap. Okay. If something is not coming out when I'm using my assistant, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to say it like this.
You need to be clear.
And so that makes you want to be even more clear when you're talking with another human.
Yes.
Maybe the human wasn't understanding me either.
Right. And see, that's what I always talk about. Being clear, clarity in your messaging will always get you through, because there's no mistaking what you're saying, because it's connected to the person that needs to connect you, because you're being clear. You're not saying all kind of oh, the boss, this and that, all of the things that people do now because they see other people talk about it, the words and the phrases. I'm like, no, just be clear. Say what you're giving, what you're presenting, what the person is going to get that's going to solve their problem. See, they're going to get something that solves their problem or helps them out, not just, okay, I'm just going to, I'm just going to make content. Like, why? It has to help somebody out, solve a problem. They have something they need. Not, I need to make content. No, you make content based on what they need. That's where the connection comes from. Okay, so you just be yourself. Use that information, fine tune, package it up, make it clear. Ask AI, I need this to be clear, crystal clear to my target audience. I need them to, this needs to connect with them 100%. How you say that is how you say it. The way I said it or the way you said it, doesn't matter. Right. You're going to get something different that's going to work for you. For you. So you be yourself.
And it's going and he's going to come, he or she, whatever your digital assistant is, going to come back and say, well, you forgot to say this. Did you mean to put this in, and show you where you're missing it because you said you wanted to connect well.
And if you don't do that, you can ask it, say, hey, is there anything that I missed? It's pretty smart now. Remember, it's evolved. It's pretty smart. You could say, is there anything I need to add? Did I miss anything? Are there any holes here? What? Tell me. And it will say, hey, you need to do this. It'll give you a list of things that you might want to do. And you go, oh, I never thought of that. And you add them and
you get great responses.
Yeah. So you don't want the boiled chicken in a can. We want the Popeyes chicken, or we want the Michelin star chicken if you really want to do things. Say, give me the Michelin star content. Ooh, that's an idea. I'm just giving out ideas. Let me work on that with Jessica about some Michelin star content. Oh yes. I will be experimenting with that and see what comes up. Hey.
Yeah, I've been watching this travel program and I was like, oh, I might need to get out a little more often.
Was this the Apple TV one you told me about? Okay, I gotta watch it. It's on my list.
It is good. I was like,
my list. But that's just be yourself. Use the AI tool. Let it help you, and you'll go far. Building your brand, getting the authenticity, and building the recognition, and being more visible. Because that's what we want, really. I mean, because people say, "Oh, I want the likes," or I want the subscribes. No, I really want to connect because you want to be sticky. You want them to find you. Hey, I haven't seen content from Fran. Let me go see what Fran is doing. Look, and you're back in business.
Yep.
Because you're already there. You're always there making the content.
And that's why you are following TJ at terryjohnsononline.com/info.
Yeah.
Because you are going to get great information like what you got today to help us think better and to think more clearly about digital marketing. It is so much more clear. Everything that you've been saying all through the years is making sense right now. You know what I mean? It's making sense. I'm like, oh. So
and you get your questions answered too. We need questions.
What?
We need to clear those up.
You can get a question answered?
Yeah, we need to clear it up. I need to solve your problems.
And you don't have to. You see,
if I don't know. If I don't know your question, I can't help you.
Right. So take advantage of it because there's not everybody will do that for you.
I'm doing it.
She will. So terryjohnsononline.com/info everywhere. And you can become a part of the Bizchicks community too. You can text Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. However you do it, we want to say thank you for connecting with us today. We'll be back next Tuesday talking more digital marketing. Drop a comment and even on any of our social media platforms, let us know that you watched this so we can shout you out. We want to say thank you for tuning in today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And Dr. Tachi, thank you for joining
Yeah,
us today.
thank you.
She was talking to us about a hamburger in a can.
Chicken in a can, hamburger in a can, all
Just,
kind of crazy stuff.
I'm like, I'm gonna go look that up, and I'm like, who would even think about doing that? So,
Not
uh,
I.
tune in. We'll be back on Friday talking tech.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, so many things are happening in the world of tech.
Yes, a lot.
But you need to be here.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to let our favorite little digital assistant take us on to our next part of the day. And we want to say thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.